Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Napoli career mode. It's me, Duck on Steroids, and I'll be presenting the first season in the Napoli career mode in the Serie A. And today we're going to get through loads of transfers, maybe play a game, look at all the new sort of menus and screens, and we're just going to have a go and have a look at everything that's going on. Obviously, taking over a Napoli side that hasn't got any European football. They did win the Scudetto, I think it was 2 seasons ago, and we're just going to try and get him back to the top. So as you see here, I'm just going to mess around with the tactics. In Ultimate Team, I've been using a 4-3-3 attack, so this is what I'm going to use in here. It works with the players I have, so it makes sense. And it works with the start of players as well. So inside forward for Cavachillier, poacher for Lukaku. I put Neres as the attacking midfielder. He's going to play like a playmaker, and I think that will work very well. We can play both wing backs for Oliveira and Di Lorenzo, who are both exceptional at the roles as well. Oliveira probably doesn't have a lot of growth in him. Maybe get another centre back in. Who knows? Got Scott McTominay in it, obviously, from Manchester United. I am a Manchester United fan. One of the reasons why I've probably done the Napoli career is to use Scott McTominay in this team. Obviously, Lukaku, ex United player as well. But as you can see here, this is how I set up the team at the start. Just going to save there. And we're just going to look through the task list. Now, the task list consists of the board objectives. You can see here, youth development is very low, brand exposure is quite high, financial very low, domestic is critical, and continental success is high, even though we aren't in any European football. So, what the board want us to do is sign 2 crucial players, make a profit of 42 million, reach Champions League position, reach the cup final, and within 2 seasons win the league. Not too difficult, quite realistic aims. We're just going to have a look through our squad and see who needs to go. Going to put Capriel out on a loan deal, hopefully. We're just going to look through and see what centre backs. I think that's a position we're going to have to strengthen. And looking at potentially recalling some players, but I want to, if they've gone out in real life, I want to try and keep it that way. Got Billy Gilmore in, who I thought was in on loan. I didn't realise it was a actual transfer, but we've also got Billy Gilmore in. He could be a useful backup player, come in when we need him to. Only 5'7", but he could do a job. Got Spinazzola, of course, a few years ago. I think he was like 85 rated as a left back. He was amazing. Only a 79 in this game. Marco Rui, he's 33 years of age. He's got a little bit of value left. I think he needs to go on the transfer list. And we should probably get in another left back. Or put Spinazzola as left back. Just going to look at the centre attacking midfielders. Obviously, we're putting Neres as a starting centre attacking midfielder. So, Fullerusho probably will go. Looking at our wingers as well, we've got a bunch of wingers. We've got quite a few that aren't very good. As you can see, I'm deliberating if I'm going to bring back Victor Osimhen from Galatasaray. But I decided against it, obviously, like I said before. Want to keep it, like the transfers that happened in real life, I want to keep it the same way. Now I'm going to go to a global transfer network and just put all in how I want to scout. I usually go for players under 29 on their last year of contract. I try and get first team quality players under the age of 25, and then I try and go for younger players that have potential to be world class. So as you see, I'm just setting this up. I think that's what I do on, is it 25? 23. Alright, we're breaking today. 23 years of age. I might bump it up to 25 later on down the line if I can't find many players. And obviously, I'd go for world class prospects. Maximum age 21. See if we can find anyone. I've set up scouts already in the big countries plus Portugal and Netherlands. I think I'd just take out France. You see it. We're doing a new thing in the game called Rush. It's not a bad game. It's quite arcadey. It's not too bad. Obviously, if you're an old time player like myself, you remember FIFA Street and how great that was, even as an arcade game. It was fantastic. Loved every minute of it. Probably one of my favourite FIFA games in whole. Probably that and FIFA 13. But the the original settings is 5 minutes per game, which is just a bit too long for me. So I do turn it down to 3 minutes per youth tournament game. But they advertise this to sort of involve youth development a bit more, which I understand. I think it's a good idea in principle. I think it just needs polished. If this is the start of things, and then in a few like couple years time, they proper develop it, and maybe make it under 21 squad and all this and that and the other, and then you can choose to simulate it because it kind of forces you to play. Then that'd be quite cool. As you can see here, I do change it to 3 minutes. You can play 20, but I think you're a bit of a masochist if you play this on 20 minutes. Or you just really like the new game mode Rush. You can see here, new sort of Instagram messages on the side, or X messages on the side, which I think is quite cool. I think that I like the upgrade. I like the sort of the pictures and all that. Got Di Lorenzo coming in, the captain, introducing me to the squad. I'll go back to the youth tournament a bit later because obviously it is a bit draining to force yourself to play with players that you probably will not play with down the line. And I'm just going to set up some of my youth networks now. Obviously, if I'm doing a youth sort of academy, I want to make sure it's based in the country that I'm playing in. So if I'm playing the Serie A, I want to do more Italian players, and then the other two I can choose and pick wherever I want to do. They added quite a lot of countries in this year, so I don't know, go for Georgia down the line or just something a bit more interesting. Maybe Gibraltar after Gibraltar in the game. But at the moment, I think I end up going with Italy, and I think I'll go with two probably. I say boring countries, Brazil and Argentina, because a lot of South Americans do play in the Serie A, and that's where they sort of make their mark in professional football. Here you can see this is the final of the youth tournament. It's 2-2. We were 2-0 up. And then you can see here we get the third goal. Charles, who probably will get released at some point this year, scores the winner. Just a little simple tap in there. And we do win the Rush tournament. I don't exactly know what it does, but, you know, going to give it a go and see what happens. As you see, this is a couple of players that I've shortlisted to see how they could fit in. Vega and Depay, I was hoping one of them could play right wing, maybe get backup right winger, but neither can. I've got Hanko and a goalkeeper on that shortlist as well. I will be adding to that shortlist to give myself some options there. We're going to have a couple offers in, one for Marco Rui and one for Capriel. Capriel going out on loan to hopefully Roma, and we're going to try and sell Marco Rui to Newcastle right here. Obviously, I don't want to accept the original fee. I want to bump it up just a little bit because of his age. And Newcastle, with all their money, just accept. And yeah, you can see here, I do try and get Real out on loan. Hopefully, that'll be a 1 year loan to Roma right there. And so this shows the task list, and obviously, we're going to try and see what other players my scouts have managed to find. At the moment, it's early stages, so I haven't found many people. I need players that I've searched for. But Italy and England have some. I'm just going to look through them here, see if there's anyone piques my interest. Maybe Mickey van der Ven, maybe Jared Bramfrey because last year his deal. And Italy, Marco Koneski. Hopefully, we might go in for him. There's a few players that are on their last year of their contract as well, like Bramfrey and Calabria as well, who it wouldn't be an improvement on De Lorenzo, but De Lorenzo is 31 years of age and will be on decline. and obviously Calabria is 27 and might have a little bit of growth left in him, and probably be a player that could last for like a couple more seasons, a few more seasons before he stops growing and developing. Just having a look, seeing what other players we can get. The menus in this game are not my favourite. I cannot lie. I think it's quite slow and quite monotonous. I think the notification system's not that great. Like if someone sent me an email, it's hidden at the bottom of the task list, and if I get a transfer in, if the task is is full, you don't tend to see it. Anyway, I've looking at Memphis Depay once again. He's got a couple of offers in from Aston Villa and Inter Milan. I decided against going in for him again. He only can play striker and left wing. I could probably teach him another position, but he is 30 years of age. He'd probably require quite a hefty weekly wage as well. And Vega, I can't scout him because obviously he's Mexican. I've already got sent all my scouts out to other countries, and it says he only can play left wing and striker as well. And I've used him quite a lot in previous iterations of the game where he's been a free agent. I could just pick him up. Anko is someone I'm interested in, and obviously getting a younger goalkeeper is also what I'm interested in. We've got another offer for Capriel as well from Seville. Obviously trying to get him out on loan as well. Juventus are coming in for Marco Rui, or Mario Rui. Sorry, I've been calling Marco the entire time. Mario Rui. But we decided against him. Rather sell him to another another club in a different country than a club in our own. As you can see, we also block any attempts for any club to come in Cravachillier, because we do not want to sell Starman, especially with an embarrassing offer like that, Barcola and 7 million. Like, it's not happening. It's not happening. So we've got Marco Koneshka there. We take off both. I want to say both Vega and Depay. I think Depay goes to Manchester City. As you can see, also that my shortlist is gained as well. Like, got Diego Costa on there, but I think he'll be a bit too pricey. Probably need about 50 plus million for him. We do go in for Hanko, and it doesn't go too well. We offer him around his market value of £26 million, and final tell me to get fucked. They did not have any of it. I clearly need to get better at negotiating, because I do go in for another player and they also tell me to get the fuck out. They did not have any of my nonsense. As you see, I go in for Marco, and the same story is being told. I go in, originally try and get rid of Merit, and I think it was like 12 million. Yeah, 12 million, and they're like, no, what are you talking about? That deal was pathetic. Get out. We also try and sell a third choice attacking midfielder here, and we just ask for a little bit more money. Nothing crazy. Bump it up to 11.5 million. Lazio accept, and we're about to get rid of that attacking midfielder. Weeks gone past, and we're gonna go back in for Marco. We do try and get rid of Merit as well. This time we do improve the offer, make it 17 million with Merit on top of that. They try and put in a sell-on clause, which I'm not too against doing sell-on clauses, but I'd rather not. So I'm just contemplating what to come back with, and I do remove the sell-on clause, and I think I bump the price down, and we'll try and make that work. They come back, so I've just decided 20 million plus Merit. Let's get the deal over and done with. Get a goalkeeper, probably for the entire series, in Marco Koneshki. And the negotiations with the player itself, obviously, got to take into factor that the objective is to sign two crucial players. So I'm going to offer him. I could have offered him important. He might have accepted it, but I've just offered him crucial. He can play every game anyway. A decent wage and signing on bonus as well. 37 grand a week for a goalkeeper that's going to start every game. A new number one steps through the doors, meets the manager, meets star player, meets the assistant manager, whoever he is, and he's just going to do his fitness test, Some of the boys are going to have a look at him, see if he's any good. Di Lorenzo, the captain, El Capitano, have a little look. And we got our new number one. He's going to hold up the shirt. Just in a sec after he talks to his parents. There you go. He's hold up the shirt. Marco, welcome to Napoli. Welcome to the side that's going to win the Scudetto. And he's our first signing of this series and of this season. I'm actually really happy with that signing. 20 million plus Alex Merritt, who I don't think has that high of a ceiling. Board don't think it's that great, but in terms of value for money, but it's not too bad. And as you can see here, we're going to enter in a preseason tournament. We're going to pick up a 3-2 win against Brentford using our starting 11. And we're going to advance forward. Here's a second game against Crystal Palace, away from, well, we technically are the away side. Rotating the team a bit, and we do take a defeat here, 2-1 to Crystal Palace. And that's 2 out of 3 games done. Now we're going to do against Borussia Dortmund. We're going to play our starting 11 this side, and we're going to pick up the W here. 3-1, bit more comfortable than I thought it would be. But 2 wins out of 3, not too bad. We're going to look at signing centre backs. Mickey van der Ven, who we mentioned earlier. Hopefully try and get him in. Let's have a look here. £40 million. Let's see. And Ange just tells me to get lost, mate. And we're just going to have a look at the players we've got here. We've got Romero, we've got Canate, we've got Bastoni, Hanko. Potentially going in for one of these boys. Looking at the speed and height of these players, maybe, and their age as well. We don't really want to be signing players over the age of 25. So looking at Canate here, he's 6'4", quite quick. Obviously, he meets the age criteria, and we're going to go in for him. 40 million, Arnie Slot. He accepts the bid. So now we're going to try and do a contract offer for Ibrahim Canate. 4-year deal, crucial player. Quite a high wage considering £88,000 a week, but he's going to be worth it. He's going to grow into a fantastic centre back. He's got 5 years left of development. Probably easily hit high 80s, maybe even that 90 ceiling. Who knows? Cavachillo meeting him again, manager and assistant manager, whoever he is, meeting him. Players checking him out. The new goalkeeper checking him out as well. So, mate, I've done this already. And he's going to talk to his new teammates. Going to hold up the new shirt number. Number 2 for now. I'm going to change it later because I don't want my centre back to hold the number 2 shirt. Cannot lie. I'm probably going to give that to De Lorenzo or one of the many fullbacks that we have at the club. There we go. What grade we get for this one? £40 million from Liverpool. Ibrahim Canate. Get a B grade. I thought it probably deserved A there. It was a good price. Do take that. And just going to look at who else we got on the shortlist at the moment. Put Catafiori on there. Even though in real life he just transferred over there, maybe down the line they might accept a loan deal if he's not getting many minutes. Silva got quite a few bids in there. Kiyode, someone that I might try and bring in the future. Got Kalisho, Kirkes as well, quite young players. I'm bringing some youth into this squad because he has got quite a few older players, and I want to bring in players with some good potential. So we're going to go in for Kalisho here from Burnley. I'm going to try and offer Cyril Ngoon. Ngoon? I don't know how to pronounce that. Ngoonj? I don't know. Anyway, they don't want him, probably because they can't pronounce his name. They come back with an £8 million offer. We say no, we want 6 million. They say 6.5. We can agree on that. That's sort of in the middle there, but favouring us, so we accept it. And now we're going to contract negotiations for Kalisho, and we try and get him in on a sporadic role, 5-year deal. Hopefully some decent wage as well. Don't pay over the odds because he's going to be a backup option for Pilitano. 27.5 £100,000, which I do think they clap back with a higher wage demand, and we just accept because it's not too bad, not too unrealistic, and we get the deal done. 6.5 million for a 20-year-old that's 73 rated. I think that's a really good deal. Anyway, here comes a press conference. They've slightly changed it this year, slightly. They more concentrate on the players this year round, and not the overall squad itself. It seems. Well, I haven't had a squad uh, question yet. So on this one, it focuses on Scott McTominay. You can humble them, downplay, or you can encourage and celebrate. So the encourage and celebrate improves their morale, and I think downplay steadies their morale, and then obviously the other one makes their morale lower. But the new morale system, which you can see they'll play around with in this press conference and in the later press conferences as well. There's obviously multiple bars there. So at the moment, all these players are happy. But in the next bar, it goes into very happy. If you see at the top where Scott McTominay is, you can see he's very happy. He's in that sort of second to last bar. If you get him into the last bar, they go into complacent, which I don't know if that impacts their stats, if it's a hidden thing. But anyway, that's a new feature that they've added into this game. And now we go into the first game of this season against Hellas Verona at the proclaimed Sanderson Park. But obviously, that's not their real state of life. But anyway, we're going to go into our first game here, away from home. First game in the Serie A. First game with all our new signings. Hopefully, we can get some sort of result here. I do like the introductions are back as well in the game. You have to hold square down or X down to get the full introductions. Anyway, the presentation does look wonderful. That away kit as well is lovely. I might have to buy that in real life. We're going to play Hellas Verona. Hopefully pick up a W, get the season rolling. Hopefully start off strong and get to the top of the table as quick as we can. Just stand off here. Marco's new kit. The captains. Canate. I know that it's not like massive signings, like marquee signings, but we got our transfers in. We're happy with them going to this first game. There probably will be more signings the closer we get to the end of the window, but that's who we got for now anyway. This has been a really long intro. I'm surprised I didn't skip this. The kids are running away. Someone done a fart. And Zanetti's managing. They're playing a 3-4-3. We're going with a 4-3-3 attack. We're hoping to exploit their back line and the gap in between midfield and defence. So hopefully we can get that done today. No noticeable names in that Verona side. I don't really notice anyone apart from Sadar. And here we go. Lukaku getting this game underway. As you see here, going on a first attack. Politano to Cavachile to Lukaku. Lukaku gets the first goal of the game. 1-0 against Hellas Verona. And is he making a point? Is he saying, boss, we do not need Victor Osimhen? As you see, we counter. Oh, Lukaku body checking. He's off position there. Goes back into Lobotka into Neres. Neres got loads of time and space. Picks his spot. Puts in the top corner. Doing the phone call celebration. Seeing if the Brazilian boss is watching. Hopefully getting a call up for his international side. It's already 2-0, 30 minutes in. Going to attack again. Politano to Neres to Cavachile. He's going to burst down that wing. Cuts inside. Near post. And it's 3-0 already. 33 minutes played. 3-0 Napoli. And that's how we go into second half. Second half is underway. We're putting pressure on straight away. Don't want to give him any time to breathe. McTominay carrying the ball. Playing nice, simple football. Lorenzo on the overlap to Lukaku. They get rid Cavachile on the second ball, puts it in the back of the net, and 2 minutes into the second half, it's already 4-0. He takes a bow, and he knows that this Napoli side got big things in store for him. Again, putting pressure on Hellas Verona. Lukaku winning the ball back. The Bokta into Kvaratskhelia. He makes it 5 and gets his hat trick. 5-0 already. An hour mark in. What a debut game for us in the Serie A. What a game to start off with. Going to go top of the league straight away, surely with a 5-0 minimum result right now. Labocta pass it into Oliveira, who's cut inside. Pass it to Neres. Neres takes his time. Passes to Politano. Politano with a cute little finish. Puts it beyond the goalkeeper. It's 6-0. Going to make some substitutions. Lukaku looking tired. Neres looking tired. A few others are getting a bit weary. Putting Raspadori and Simeone on. Putting Zambo Aguiza on. Putting the new boy Calicio on. And putting Spinazzola on as well. Making all our substitutions. Politano making the middle of that celebration. Don't know what that's about. Raspadori into Labocta into Spinazzola. We're just playing with our food right now. Absolutely making a mockery of Verona. Calicio gets past his man with ease. Passes it back into midfield to Raspadori. Into Cavachile. And he makes it his full go and makes it 7-0 to Napoli. The opening game of the season. Absolute demolition job. Battering our opposition. I can see from this replay, picks his spot, gets that top corner, and that's all she wrote. 7-0 against Hellas Verona, away from home. What a result! What an opening game! All the new players doing well, but obviously a star bowler right there, Kevin Chilier, absolutely doing bits. Got a hard name to say, but he does make easy work of his opposition. The Napoli fans are happy. He takes the match ball home, and that's a great opening game. What a result! Hopefully, we continue that form into the next few games, and we're going to go into a post-match interview and see the options here. Obviously, before you could just say, yeah, it was a good game. Squad morale goes up, and that's all. But now you've got to actually balance what you say, humble players, and not just praise them, praise them, praise them, praise them, because now they will get complacent. So we're good. At this point of time, I didn't really understand the mechanics, didn't know about the mechanics, but at the moment, I'm just celebrating my players. How can you not after a 7-0 win? They're Lukaku and McTominay, the former Man United players, very happy at the moment. Just playing the mechanics there, humbling him, seeing how that pans out. I get a second question from the interviewer about Scott McTominay. I'm trying to downplay it again, but he gets a bit complacent. Obviously, trying to get used to him. Get an offer here from De Lorenzo. We're not going to sell our captain. 31 years of age, but he is 82 rated and a very good player still. There you can see the team of the week, just full of Napoli players. The whole entire midfield, all four of them in there. Lukaku, Oliveira, and De Lorenzo. 7 Napoli players in that team of the week. Fantastic. Unbelievable. I do like these sort of the presentation of news. Obviously, you got Fabrizio Romano in this game as well. I just really do like the presentation of it. I'm not a fan of the menus, but I do think this is a positive from EA. The gameplay is very good, and you can see there, Lobotka got man of the match, even though Cavachile got 4 goals. But even though that we got a man of the match performance from our centre midfielder, we are going to try and go in for another one. Frattesi from Inter Milan is going to be a marquee signing for us. We want to go for more Italian players. Obviously, we went for him from Marco at the start of the season. We're going to use Lobotka as a make-weight part of this deal. He is a bit older, and even though he won that man of the match performance, we want to plan for the future. With a 24-year-old Frattesi who can grow into probably, again, mid-high 80s, maybe even that 90 overall. Hopefully get him in, and he can slot right in against with McTominay and Neres just in front of him. 4-year deal, an important role. We don't need signing more crucial players for the season. Decent wage, 60 grand a week. It goes up to 67. 67 grand a week. Not bad signing on bonus as well. Not over the odds, not too expensive. And we sign David Fratesi. The assistant manager welcomes him, shakes his hand. I'm on the blow. I'm very busy, as you can see here. Try and make some more transfer deals happen. It's a busy life being the manager of Napoli, apparently. Very demanding. Trying to get back to that Scudetto. The board of directors getting on my case. Fratesi holding up the number 8 shirt, which you'll probably keep as well. And you see that I'm there for the photo shoot as well, just to introduce a new player. £12.5 million plus Lobotka for the deal. Inter Milan get a good player, we get a good player, they get a bit of money. Excellent deal. All sides are happy. And we've got a new centre midfielder who's going to start most games. As you see here, we're going to go in for another left back as well. Even though I'm happy with Oliveira, he probably doesn't have much potential. 77 overall at the moment. Got a little valuation with him, but we're just going to go in for minus Kirkes. I like him in real life, I like him in the game. I've always been a fan of him. Football Manager, for my iterations of FIFA, always try and sign him in my career modes. And here's no different. I think he'll be an excellent sign, and he works really well for the system that I'm going to try and play. He only wants a rotation squad role as well, which is nice. So he's not going to be too demanding when I don't pick him. 5-year deal. And we're going to accept that he doesn't want release clause. I do not want release clause. Good starting wage there. 40 grand a week. Probably see if he bumps it up. I don't think he does. 40 grand a week for Miles Kirkes. And he's a new starting left back. Again, the assistant manager just waiting by the door. We just told him, wait there all day, mate. We're going to make a few signings today. And he's going to introduce. I'm still on the phone. Board of directors, getting on my case, saying, look, we need more signings. We need to make this squad a title-winning squad as we get Milos to work. Just checking if he's on par, if he's match fit. The number 3 shirt, which he holds for the season. And that's another signing indoors, minus Kirkes. From Bournemouth to Napoli, 10 million plus Oliveira. Not a bad deal at all. See how the board rate it. A fine B there, great price. Not bad at all. Hopefully he can grow, maybe get to like an 80, maybe 80 plus overall by the end of the season. And then we're not done there. We're going to sign Yildiz from Juventus, or attempt to at least. We go in with a £5.5 million bid. And Motta looks at me and goes, yeah, sure. And we go in and try and get this contract done as quick as possible. This is the man just getting a bit nervy, getting a bit annoyed because he's been there all day. He's been there since 4 o'clock in the morning. He's got his 6th cup of coffee. He wants to go home. So we're trying to get this deal for Kenan Yildiz done and dusted. We offer him what he's making at Juventus at the time, and he does it straight away, accept it. It's probably quite a big wage contribution to Yildiz, but we can't pay him less to Juventus. We want to show him that we're on their level and we're going to take over the Scudetto once again and win that trophy. I meet him. The assistant manager can finally go home after this. He's had enough. He's had a full day of transfer activity. He's holding up the number 9, which he won't hold because I'm going to give that to Romelu Lukaku. And having number 9 as 4 winger is just absurd. Not happy with that. Like you see there, I make Argentina the other scout, youth scout, and I'm going to do one for Brazil as well. Going to a second game of the season, I'm just going to quickly sim it. 2-0 win against Bologna. Neres getting on the sheet there. We're going to get a couple offers in for players towards the end of the transfer window. Juan Jesus, £1.5 million, last year's contract, a bit older. Just try and get him out the door, try and get him off the wages. I think I can't quite afford the third youth scout, and sending these players definitely will help. Zerbin could potentially go to Leeds United right here, and I'm going to make Leeds pay a bit more money because fuck Leeds. So 2 million market value. Try and get 3 million for him. 33% uptick on his valuation, and Zerbin will be going to Leeds United. We're going to get into a third game of the season against Parma. I'm just going to rotate the squad, try and keep everyone nice and fit, nice and happy. Get a nice 2-1 win there. Kalesho picking up a knock. Can't remember what it was. I think it was a head injury, I want to say. He's going to be out for 2 months. A new sign already out. But we do have some depth in the right wing position. We've got Neres who can play there. We've got Politano. We've got Ngoon. And we're just going to see, as you can see right here, Juan Jesus. He does go to Olympique Lyon. The Saudi deal was on the table, but he still wanted competitive football. He still wanted to be in one of the top leagues in the world. And he goes to Olympique Lyon. We do get an offer here for Politano from Inter Milan. We do tell him to jog on as we wait for Zerbin to go to Leeds United. He probably takes some convincing because he wants to go to Leeds United. And he does go to Leeds for a £3 million deal. Do apologise, Zerbin. You were a necessary evil to get out of the club so we could facilitate a new youth scout. We do get another offer here again for Zambo Anguissa from Roma, and we tell him to jog on. We're not going to sell on any more starting players or any players that could get into the first 11. Read our emails there. Obviously, you can see Jesus and Zerbin have left the club, and now we're just burning through the deadline day. Nothing's really happening. No more offers are coming in. As you see, run down the clock. Last hour, and Doogie's gone back to the Serie A. Reece James going to Real Madrid is quite a surprising one as well. And as you can see, to end this episode, we are the manager of the month in Serie A. What a start. What a start. And now we're going to get in that last scout, and we're going to scout Brazil for a goalkeeper, because they got quite a lot of good goalkeepers at the moment. Ederson, Alisson, and a few others to say the least. And now we're going to just end the episode here, guys. So I want to say a big thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed the series. I hope you stick along and like and subscribe, give some comments, and see you next time.